everybody. Thank you for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genser. I'm going to be your host for you guys today. We have a very exciting show for you guys. I do want to apologize for not starting exactly at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I was having some technical difficulties, so I promise that we will be hopefully starting on time back on Monday. I apologize for that. Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about this week's WNBA games, the top colleges that produce the most professional female athletes, round one of the U.S. Women's Open, and a retirement announcement in professional golf, the recap of Game 3 and 4 of the Softball World Series, and some predictions for tonight's games. And make sure you stay till the end of today's show to hear about predictions of Week 3 of the CrossFit semifinals. Before we begin, I wanted to remind you guys to like and follow the show, and to become a part of our show to tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. We also do get a lot of questions and comments that comes from viewers during the show, so to ensure that your questions get read on the air, I ask you to use the link gsmcpodcast.net. This puts your questions at the top of the list so that I see them, and of course it really does help the show. Once again, the link is gsmcpodcast.net. Now, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy today's content. Okay, so we're going to be starting today's episode off with one of my favorite segments today. We're going to be recapping this week's WNBA games. So, we're only going to be talking about 10 games from this week for the sake of time. So, we're going to start with Saturday, May 25th games. There were a total of 5 games on Saturday, but we are just going to talk about 3 of them. Starting with the first game, New York Liberty v. Minnesota Lynx. The Lynx beat Liberty 84-67, which is a fairly decent gap. Liberty had a total of 18 turnovers. A lot of them came from miscommunication and mistakes that they simply should avoid. In general, though, the Liberty has turned the ball on 20.7% of their possessions in the start of the season so far, which is the 4th highest mark in the WNBA so far, so that's not good for them. That combined with their poor three-point shooting has made things a lot harder for them on offense so far. But there still were some good things that came out of this game. With her rebound at 2 minutes and 58 seconds of the third quarter, Breanna Stewart became the 5th fastest player in WNBA history to reach 2,000 rebounds. Stewart finished with 20 points and 11 rebounds for her league-high 4th double-double of the 2024 season. Leonie Fibich set a new career high for points with 2 3-pointers in the second quarter of the game, and Sabrina Ionescu posted 13 points and added 2 3-pointers to extend her streak of regular season games with at least one made 3-pointer to 31, which is the longest active streak in the WNBA. The next game was the Connecticut Sun v. Chicago Sky. The Sun came on top with a final score of 86-82. Connecticut's Dewana Bonner scored 19 points, and teammate Alyssa Thomas was ejected after hitting Chicago's Angel Reese in the neck in the Sun's win. DeJohn Carrington and Breonna Jones each scored 16 points, and Ty Harris added 15 for the Sun, who remain the only unbeaten team in the WNBA so far. So they're doing really good, obviously. Thomas was ejected for a flagrant foul too late in the third quarter after wrapping her hand around Reese's neck and knocking the rookie to the ground. Reese made the 2 foul shots with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left the period to give Chicago a 60-59 lead. Carrington countered with a layup 38 seconds later, and then Bonner's 3-pointer with 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining made it 78-71. For Chicago went on an 8-0 run, and Dana Evans' 3-pointer with 5 minutes and 3 seconds left gave the Sky their last lead at 79-78. Bonner then followed with a 3-point play and a mid-range jumper, and Connecticut led the rest of the way pretty much. Marina Mabrey scored 23 points for Chicago, and Evans had 13. Reese finished with 13 points and 5 rebounds. It was a good game overall, and it definitely was kind of back and forth at some points, which makes it more interesting. Both teams are very skilled, but, Connecticut Sun is currently unbeaten. I would say they're the best team in the league right now. I would put them on first for power rankings, so they definitely deserve that win in there. Though the next game on Saturday that I wanted to talk about was the Phoenix Mercury versus Dallas Wings. The final score was 107-92, and the Wings really showed up for that game. Right from the start, the Phoenix Mercury was unable to keep up with the Dallas Wings, playing behind the literally the entirety of the game. Even with a dominant third quarter, the Mercury were unable to use that momentum into the fourth quarter and fell 107-92 in the end, and that snapped their 3-game win streak. The Mercury couldn't stop guard Arike Ogunbowale from dominating the court after she scored 40 points on 11 of 24 shooting. Ogunbowale led all shooters with 7 3-pointers. Mercury wing Kalea Copper led the comeback effort in the third quarter that put the Mercury within 4 points. She surpassed a career total of 3,000 points and finished with 32 points on the night. A lot of people are saying that the reason Mercury hasn't been doing so well is because they have a lot of people out for injuries right now, and Brittany Griner isn't there right now. Whole story with that. And I totally agree with that. They don't have their full stacked roster right now, and it's been hurting them for sure. The people that they have right now obviously have been amazing, Copper, but still, they do need some of those players to get back out there, of course. Now, moving on to Sunday, May 26th games, Los Angeles Sparks versus the Dallas Wings. The game ended in such a close score of 84-83 with the Wings winning. Arike Ogunbowale scored 20 points and Monique Billings had a double-double with 18 points and 12 rebounds. Dallas had an 8-2 run, getting what proved to be the winning point when Ogunbowale made one of 2 free throws with 16.1 seconds left. Ogunbowale limited to 4 free throws in the first quarter, scored 9 points in the second as the Wings took a 49-42 lead at the break. And then Cameron Brink added another 3 to give her 15 points, but she also had 3 fouls in the half, limiting her to 11 minutes. So that wasn't very great for her, but she still did really good. On the other hand, Lexi Brown made a long 3-pointer with 1 second left for the Sparks. And then, like I said, for Cameron Brink, she had 24 points for the Sparks with three 3-pointers and 3 blocks, despite playing just 24 minutes because of foul trouble. And that 24 points was her career high. So she did good. She did very good. I definitely wish she could have played more, but foul trouble, it gets ya, Now let's talk about Tuesday, May 28th games. The Indiana Fever versus Los Angeles Sparks game was a huge one as Caitlin Clark made WNBA history. I wanted to do a whole entire segment on this, but there is so much to talk about with Caitlin Clark right now that I was like, I want to just go off about it for a solid hour. But you know what? Maybe on Monday we'll have a whole entire segment dedicated to Caitlin Clark. We'll see. Anyway, for this game, she scored her season best of 30 points, dishing out 6 assists and grabbing 5 rebounds with 3 steals and 3 blocks. Despite losing 88-82 to the Sparks, she became the first rookie to record 30 points, 3 blocks, and 3 steals in a game in WNBA history. Clark shot 7 for 16, including 3 for 10 from the 3-point line, and made 13 of her 15 free throws, which is a very good percentage right there. On the other hand, Cameron Brink finished with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. I love watching Cameron Brink and Caitlin Clark head-to-head. I feel like they were a good... Cameron Brink is an amazing rookie, but I feel like when they go head-to-head, you can really see both of their different strengths and weaknesses. And they're a very good duo to go against each other, I'll say. So, veterans Kia Nurse and R.E. McDonald stole the show also for the Sparks. Nurse scored 22 points, while McDonald added a season-high 21 points and 4 assists to help the Sparks rally for a victory just 3 days after losing to Indiana. So this was their comeback game. Despite the Fever's difficult start to the season, Clark continues to draw huge clouds. Oh my goodness. It's been a long day, guys. A very long day. I'm excited for this weekend. Clark continues to draw huge crowds with more than 16,000 again in attendance for Tuesday's game. So all of that interest has still been there, even though Indiana Fever has not been having their best of the best games and their best record right now. Someone just said a Caitlin Clark show would be awesome. I agree. How about an entire channel just for Caitlin Clark? Also on Tuesday, the Chicago Sky and Seattle Storm went head-to-head, where the Storm beat the Sky 77-68. Skylar Diggins-Smith scored 21 points, Jewel Lloyd added 19, and Seattle Storm pulled away in the third quarter for the loss. That's where they kind of went a little rough. Seattle led by 1 point at halftime before outscoring Chicago 26-15 in the third quarter to take control. Diggins-Smith and Lloyd combined to score 19 points in the period, and all of Seattle's points in the third came from inside the arc. Seattle went on an 11-0 run spanning the third quarter break to go ahead 71-52, but Chicago scored the next 12 points. The Storm regained control when Lloyd intercepted a long pass and sent it ahead to Diggins Smith for a three-pointer to extend the lead to 76-68 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. I'll say that quarter was surely interesting. It got really tight there. Now let's talk about some Wednesday games. The Atlanta... Oh my gosh, yeah, someone just said beach time. I would love some beach time. I miss going to the beach like every single day. That'd be amazing. Anyway, so actually I'm wondering, do the basketball players, do they do fun little team getaway trips and stuff? I mean, obviously during the off season, but I wonder if they ever think about the ones that are like Los Angeles Sparks. Do you think they ever just have fun little getaway trips together? Actually, probably not. They're probably busy with them practicing. That was a stupid question. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the Atlanta versus the Washington Mystics, which was a final score of 73-67. This was a lot of a closer game than I thought it would be. This has been the Mystics' worst start since 2007. Yeah, it's not been going so well for the Mystics right now. Maisha Hines-Allen and Aliyah Edwards checked in and combined for 12 quick first quarter points. Edwards also had 3 rebounds in the period, all of which were offensive. The rest of their first half was pretty solid for Washington, particularly in passing. The highlight of the second half was a smooth runner that Ariel Atkins got to fall early in the fourth quarter, allowing the Mystics to retake the lead. They couldn't hold on, however, obviously, and they missed some crucial jump shots late in the game that would have kept them alive. Still, Atkins led the Mystics with 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. So she had a good game, but the Mystics were just not able to keep up, and they really haven't been very much able to keep up with the other team so far, which has reflected on their record. Okay. Also on Wednesday, the Las Vegas Aces beat the Minnesota Lynx 80-66. The Aces are back in the game, and I think they get a better chance now of making it to the playoffs after this game. Asia Wilson had 29 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 blocks, and Jackie Young added 19 points and 10 assists. Wilson became the first player in WNBA regular season history to have 20-plus points and 10-plus rebounds in 5 consecutive games. Young narrowly missed her 5th straight game with at least 20 points and 6 assists. For the Minnesota Lynx, Nafisa Collier had 18 points and 13 rebounds, and Courtney Williams and Cecilia Sanlanicini each scored 12, and Kayla McBride added 11 points. This was one of the better games of the week because, honestly, I didn't know who was going to win. Minnesota Lynx have been doing really good, but also the Las Vegas Aces, and I wanted to see them get, their head back in the game and get to some more winnings, Anyway, now let's talk about the Thursday games. The Seattle Storm and the Indiana Fever went head-to-head, and not much of a shocker here, unfortunately. The Storm beat the Fever 103-88, despite 20 points and 9 assists from Caitlin Clark. 4 of Seattle's 5 starters finished with at least 15 points, led by Jewel Lloyd's 22, and Seattle as a team shot a sizzling 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. It was still a rough game for Clark, I'll say, as she had 7 turnovers, but the Storm as a team just overpowered the Fever. They kind of just look like a completely better team out there. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it was, I don't know. It just looked like they were more together as a team. And finally, the last game I wanted to talk about was the Los Angeles Sparks versus Chicago Sky. Marina Mabrey led the Chicago Sky to an 83-72 victory over the Los Angeles Sparks with a stand-up performance of 20 points and 6 three-pointers, matching her career high. So great game for her. Elizabeth Williams contributed significantly with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks, marking the Sky's first home win of the season. Wait. I just realized, oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. I totally flipped the scores right here. It is supposed to say 83 on the Sky side and 72 on the LA side. I'm so sorry, guys. That was confusing. I was speaking and I was like, no, I don't think that the Sparks won this game. Wait, maybe I'm incorrect on that. No, I believe that the Sky won this game. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. These pictures are confusing me now. As I said, it's been a really long day. Okay, so the Sky won this game. I'm sorry that those numbers are mixed up. But the Sky, back to how the game went, the Sky built a strong early lead, up by 21 points during the third quarter, and then Los Angeles mounted a comeback a little bit, cutting the deficit to 9 points by the fourth quarter. Despite Sky's turnoffs and fouls in the third quarter, they maintained their lead with crucial late-game contributions from rookie Angel Reese. Los Angeles struggled with 18 turnovers throughout the game, which really put them behind, and key performances for the Sky also included Dana Evans with 15 points and multiple steals, and Kennedy Carter with 14 points. For the Sparks, Arike Ogunbowale led with 24 points and 13 rebounds, and Kia Nurse added 17 points. A lot of different players had a really good game, this game particularly, but it just happened that the Sky came out on top. Their turnovers really did not help them at all, but the Sparks, when they had tiny comebacks, just weren't able to actually maintain their comebacks in this. Okay, so we are now going to move on to our next segment, where we're going to talk about some of the top colleges producing the most professional female athletes. Before we get into that, we are going to be taking a short break, so I will see you guys very soon.